Hello everyone, Happy New Year, and welcome to day 3 of my countdown to Saleabration. I am Lena Gersa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada, and today I am so excited to share with you the adorable Darling Donkey stamp set from the Sale-a-bration brochure. Now, I can't show you the inside of this brochure yet because this promotion hasn't started, but it does start this coming Tuesday, January 5th, and this little brochure is full of awesome free products that you can earn with a qualifying order. Now, what's a qualifying order? Well, here in Canada, excuse me, a level 1 qualifying order, choking to death here. Let me just take a sip of water. There we go. A qualifying Saleabration level 1 order is a $60 order before shipping and tax, and a level 2 order is a $120 order. Now, there are all sorts of awesome products. I've been featuring them all week. Today, we are all about the Darling Donkey stamp set. Now, how cute are these images? So sweet. Awesome sentiment. So this is your one-stop shop stamp set. You don't need to have a separate sentiment stamp set to go with it. It's got images and sentiments included. Now, before I go too much further, let me see who is joining me today. Oh, we've got Martine. Hello, Martine. Glad to see you live. Hi, Louise. Hi, Sue. Hope you ladies are all doing well and excited to say goodbye to 2020. I know I am. We are, I'm actually going to stay awake to see 2020 out the door tonight. Usually I go to bed around 11 on New Year's. I can't be bothered to stay up. This will be one of those years where I stay up. I want to make sure it's gone. All right, back to our stamp set for today. So, Darling Donkeys, absolutely adorable set. So I'm going to show you the card that we're going to make. We're going to do this fun one. Now, this uses all 3 of those donkey images, colored with Stampin' Blends, as well as some of that awesome Oso Ombre DSP, which is another Saleabration freebie. So let's get to it, and I'll show you how I put this one together. Dump on all my bits. I've done a little bit of the stamping and coloring ahead of time, but I did leave one unstamped and undie cut so that I can show you how I did it. So let's do that first. So I have just a little scrap of Whisper White cardstock, and I have my little donkey with the rose. He's so cute. So I'm going to ink him up with some Memento black ink. Make sure he's well inked, and we're just going to stamp him. I don't really need to worry about getting the entire image because we're not going to need the whole image. We're going to just die cut a portion of it out. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut it right now, and then I'll color it afterwards. So I'm going to bring in, look at this adorable little baby. So cute. This is the new mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I have to tell you, it is just the cutest little thing. I love this little guy. So compact, perfect to keep on your desk for just those quick little embossing or die cutting jobs. So I'm going to die cut my donkey with the Stitched Shapes dies. I think this is maybe the second largest square, I think. I can't remember. It's been a while since I cut these guys out. But I'm going to center my little donkey in that square and put my cutting plate on top, and we're just going to run this through our machine. Now, I am going to do a review of this machine next week, okay? So I'll go into some detail about it, but let me tell you, it is just adorable. Love it. So we're going to pack him up and get him out of the way for now. We'll go into some more detail about it, as I said, next week. But there is our little donkey. So cute. So let's get these out of the way and move our plates. Whoops, one of my donkeys stuck to the bottom of my plate. That would be a problem if I was looking for it. All right, so let's, I'll show you how I colored this little guy. So I used my dark and light gray granite blends. I like the fact that that gray granite is kind of a brown gray, and I feel like it works really well with my little donkey. So all I didn't worry about shading these guys. I just colored them in solid. So the body, the face, not the muzzle, but the face, and a portion of the ears are all colored with this light shade of gray granite. So I'll just do this real quick. But you see why I die cut it first, because there's no need to color portions that we're not going to use, right? And then just the tops of his ears are going to be in the light gray granite as well. Okay, so there he is. He's looking adorable already. Then I'm going to bring in the dark, and I'm going to do sort of his little hair, his little tuft of hair here on the top of his head. Get those little guys. And we're going to get his tail, the end of his tail here. There we go. And then his muzzle, I'm going to use the ivory blends. Now this ivory is very, very light. It's actually getting near the end of its life. But it's just the perfect shade to color his muzzle. So we'll just color that. And then I use the same shade on the inside of the ears. So, so cute. There he is. So sweet. All right, and then to color the rose, I use the light, what is this? Or sorry, it's dark soft seafoam. So I'm just going to color the stem and the leaf. And then the actual rose itself, what is this? This is light flirty flamingo. So we're just going to color the rose with the light. Just like that. Quick and easy. All right, so sweet. Now we're going to layer all of these. So as I said, I think this is the second largest die. These squares are just cut by hand. I didn't die cut them. They're 1 3/4 inch squares of Blushing Bride cardstock. Okay, and they're going to layer. You're going to see, you're going to get a really nice narrow little border behind each of those. So we'll go ahead and glue those on. Oh, we got lots of people joining. Oh, Sue Phillip, how are you? Let's see who else has joined us. Bonnie's here, and Gail is here. Who else? Oh, we got lots. Oh, and Violet all the way from Wawa. And Sandy's here. Well, thanks for joining me, ladies. Thanks for spending part of your New Year's Eve with me. So I'm going to just layer these guys onto these 1 3/4 inch squares of cardstock. And I like to use my Tombow, my liquid glue, whenever I'm layering with a narrow border. And that just allows me the time to wiggle it and get it perfectly centered. So we'll get these all layered up. And then we're going to build our card. Okay, so there we go. We'll let those dry for a minute. And now I'm going to do my background panel, and I just realized I forgot my strip of Blushing Bride. That's not good. Fortunately, I have that right at hand here. Yes, I do. So we're going to grab a strip because I have loads of these strips. So this is a 2 inch wide by 5 1/4. Okay, so 2 inch by 5 1/4. And for this one, I actually want my ombre to be going the same way. If you recall yesterday, I did the opposite when I layered. Today I want the lighter on both pieces to be at the top. Okay, so this is a piece that's 4 by 5 1/4. This is 2 by 5 1/4, and we're going to layer those so that the pink strip, the Blushing Bride strip, is centered right in the middle of our Bermuda base strip. So we'll get a little bit of adhesive going here. And I like to use my grid paper to help me get things centered. So when I have a 2 inch strip on a piece that's 4 inches wide, I'm going to have 1 inch on either side. So that just makes it really easy to layer and get it centered. Okay, then we're going to layer that onto a piece of Blushing Bride cardstock. Okay, now this is cut to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. But before we do that, we're going to add a little bit of baker's twine. So I don't know about you, but I was extremely sad when Whisper White Baker's Twine retired last year. Like, there were tears shed because it's one of my go-to embellishments. So I did a little happy dance when I saw the new Snail mail suite in the mini had a combo pack of Blushing Bride and Whisper White Baker's Twine. So yay, Whisper White Baker's Twine is back. Happy day. And we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of that to our card. So I like to double up my Baker's Twine. I feel like it has just a little bit more presence. So I'm just using both shades, the white and the Blushing Bride. And we're going to add a glue dot here and just adhere that into place. Okay, super quick and simple. Then we can go ahead and layer onto our Blushing Bride cardstock. So we'll add a little bit of adhesive here. And we're going to layer that just with a very narrow border all the way around. Okay, and that's not quite straight, so we'll just fix that up. Okay, and then that is ready to layer onto our card base. Now this is a Thick Whisper White cardstock base. Now Thick Whisper White has retired. Not by choice, believe me, this is a go-to product for many of us. However, the paper mill that produces Whisper White has sadly closed due to COVID-19. So Stampin' Up! Is left scrambling to find a new supplier for white cardstock. They have found one, and it is in production, but it is not yet available. So if you are looking for Thick Whisper White cardstock online, trying to purchase it, you won't be able to get it right now. The new white is going to be called Basic White, and it hopefully will be available in the next few weeks. Okay, but this is still some Thick Whisper White that I had on hand. It is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored in the middle at 5 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and fold that in half along our score line. And then we're going to add our DSP panel to the front. Hi, Gail Redshaw. Hi, Jill Hayden. Thank you for sharing. I very much appreciate it. So we're going to just pop that onto the front, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and arrange our little donkeys. So this little guy who looks like he's laughing is going to go at the top. This little guy, I think he's my favorite. He's just so cute. He's just kind of hanging out. He's going to go at the bottom, and then my little guy with the rose is going to go in the middle. Okay, so these two, are the top and the bottom one, are going to get glued flat. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue, and we'll kind of pop him on. And I did these purposely sort of cockeyed. I didn't worry about trying to get them straight or arrange them in any particular way. I just wanted to kind of have them sort of hanging out on my card. I wasn't really worried about getting them straight or even or anything. The only one I'm going to worry about is this guy. I want him to be straight, and we're going to add our sentiment. So before we do that, let's grab this cute little "Hey There Friend" stamp. So this is from the Darling Donkey stamp set. And I want to emphasize the word friend. So I'm going to ink "Hey There" with my basic gray Stampin' Write marker. So when you're inking with your Stampin' Write markers, you want to use your brush tip and the side of the brush tip, okay? Don't try and trace the words. It'll take you forever. Okay, so just kind of brush the edge of the brush tip across. And then I'm going to take my Bermuda Bay marker, and I'm going to do the same across the word friends. Friend, not friends. Okay, then I'm just going to huff on it a little bit, and I'm going to stamp this more towards the right on my little label. Now this label has been die cut using the stitch nested label dies. That's a little low, but I can live with that. This is, I think, the second smallest one. Okay, so we're going to adhere that just like that to the back side of our little rose loving donkey. And I found the easiest way to get this straight, again, was to use my grid paper. So I'm going to set that so it's straight on my grid paper. And then I'm going to just layer that. And again, I want to make sure that my donkey is straight. Okay, and then that is going to pop up on the front of my card with a couple of dimensionals. Hi Gertie, how's the weather up in Thunder Bay? I'm betting it's cold and snowy. You guys got a lot more snow than we did. We're gonna pop that on, get rid of these backings, and we're gonna put this sort of in the middle. And again, I'm lining up the point on my label with my twine, okay? And I'm moving this over a little bit because I want to have room for my bow, okay? I don't want to put it too far over. So I'm going to put it right about there. Okay, and then we're going to tie our little double bow. And we're going to use, again, the Blushing Bride and Whisper White Twine. Look, I've already almost used a whole roll of each of these. I love Baker's Twine. I really, really do. Very excited that it's back. Okay, so we are going to tie our twine bows. We're going to make a loop with both lengths of the twine. I'm going to hold it in my right hand. Then I'm going to bring the tail that I have with my left hand around in front, and then pull it through. Okay, so this is a bow that you don't actually tie a knot first. And by doing it that way, you don't end up with a big bulky knot, especially when you're using a double thickness of twine. Okay, so there's my little double bow. I just want to even up my loops here a little bit. And then we're going to trim this off the roll, trim this tail a little shorter. And that is going to go right at the tip of my label there. So we're just going to roll a glue dot and press the knot of the bow into the glue dot. And we're going to just tuck that in just like that. Oh, my loop twisted there a little bit. Let's fix that. There we go. So cute. All right, the last little touch, not sure how well they show up on the camera, are these little bitty resin hearts. Now, these are another new addition. They're in the mini catalog as well, and they are super cute. So I'm going to put 3 little white hearts just sort of sprinkled across the front of my card. Let's make sure my take your pick doesn't come apart on me. So we'll put one little guy here and another little guy over here. We'll put this guy under the bow. And then one more we'll kind of put up here. Okay, my cute little hearts. Now I want to show you what I did on the inside of this one. I stamped another sentiment from the Darling Donkey stamp set. And actually, I originally stamped it on the front of my, on the inside of my card, and it was crooked. Don't you hate it when that happens? I hate it when you're done the card and you stamp your sentiment and it's crooked. So this is a little tip. This is a little hack for you. If you stamp your sentiment crooked, stamp it on a piece of scrap paper, punch it out and pop it up, and it'll look like you meant to do it. Okay, that's my little mistake-saving hack for you for today. Now, there's another one of those little resin hearts. So what I did to get the to get it to coordinate with my DSP is I colored it with my dark Bermuda Bay Stampin' Blends. And I get that awesome sort of almost watercolor look, and it coordinates with my DSP that I used on the inside. Okay, so there is our finished card. You like that one? I think these donkeys are just so adorable. Now let me clear up my mess here and I'll show you some more projects. Now I gotta say, I had so much fun designing these projects, and I have gotten a ton of swap cards as well using this adorable stamp set. Everybody loves the donkeys. So let me show you a couple more. This is one that I posted earlier today. Again, it's another Hey There Friend with my adorable little rose-loving donkey. I've used some of the Flowering Field DSP, which is another Saleabration freebie, as my background. And then there's a little bit of that Blushing Bride Baker's Twine, and this time I've combined it with some of the Playful Pets Baker's Twine to kind of coordinate with the card. So there's that guy. And then here is my favorite little guy. I just think he's the cutest. I love this little donkey. Posted this one earlier today as well on my Instagram account. Birthday card. Punched my balloon from the Rainbow Glimmer paper. And used again some more of that Oso Ombre DSP with some of the Gorgeous Grape DSP stacks. So these are the Color Family stacks. Okay, added a few of the Artistry Bloom sequins. And there you have a really fun and cute birthday card. And I just stamped a happy birthday on the inside. This guy I'm going to post a little bit later. So this one I did a little bit differently. I actually stamped and then colored my donkey with my watercolor pencils and blended him out a little bit with a blender pen. So just a little bit different look, a little bit softer than the Stampin' Blends, and it works really well when you're, the watercolor pencils work really well on colored cardstock. So that's why I chose to do that. And this DSP is another Saleabration freebie. That's part of the level 2 Saleabration offering that I will talk about on the weekend. Okay, that's coming on the weekend. But I just thought this is kind of a fun farm kind of card. And then there's our inside. And then we get to some swaps. So here is a fun little Z Folds swap. It kind of stands up like this. Again, there's my donkey with the rose. He's so cute. And here's another one with a really cool braided paper technique. I have to try this one. I think this is a really cool look. So that's another one. Again, everybody loves the donkey with the rose. He's just the cutest. And then one more. This one just came today. Love the little banners. Again, that Oso Ombre DSP and that sweet little donkey. So, so cute. So there you have lots of ideas with the Darling Donkey Sale-a-bration stamp set. Hope you guys like those. Now, I'll be back again tomorrow. I know it's New Year's Day, but I'm not taking a day off. We are counting down to Saleabration. Saleabration is coming January 5th. So tomorrow I'll be back with another live video at 5 o'clock. So hopefully you'll all be up by then. Don't drink too much so you're not hungover. And I will see you tomorrow for another episode.